Welcome to another video, guys. In this video, we're gonna be talking about what Fusion champion you should be picking when the next Classic Fusion starts. This is gonna be a very important decision for many players to make, because this can literally skyrocket your progress or slow you down by literal months or even years. So I hope you find this video helpful, and if you do, a like and subscribe would be great. And don't forget you can check me out live on stream each Tuesday and Thursday, where I do free account takeovers for my viewers. If you want to support the channel for free and star rate the right way, you can download the game from my premium download link and start it the right way with 4 amazing champions as soon as your first week, and you're also gonna have 48 hours to use the promo code section for an extra amazing legendary champion. But now, let's get into the video. Okay, so as you guys know, we've already should be having free Fusion tokens for the most part if you haven't been skipping anything like me. And very soon we should be having a Fusion where we actually could be using these Fusion tokens, which really is going to be very important for a lot of people. What you could be doing with these is basically when there is a Classic Fusion going, you could be changing your reward champion with one of your choosing from past Fusions, and depending on what you need, the choice could be very different. Kelhades do have a pretty good article about it where they do show all of the champions you could be choosing from, and they do have a good tier list depending on what you need, but I'm just gonna be using it here for the sake of actually seeing the champions right now, because when there is no active Classic Fusion, you can't even see what champions you could be choosing from right now, so we gotta be using it like this. Also, we should be hearing about the new Classic Fusion really soon. Should be in about a couple of weeks, I do believe. Should be right after the Titan event ends, and from the looks of it, it's gonna be a good champion. Don't get me wrong. Here's what she looks like. It's gonna be Hageba, and yeah, she is gonna be having Weaken, Leech, Bombs, Burn as well. So all around, doesn't sound like a bad champion from the Dark Elves, but it is still just going to be a damage dealer. We can see that she did land a bomb, only for one turn, by the way, so that's kind of important. We can see she also brings Leech, so not a bad champion for sure. She also has Burn from the A1, I think. I'm not even sure, like, we can't really know for a fact. Here it is. But yeah, she is going to be a damage dealing champion. Would she be the best damage dealing champion? Probably not. So this will be the first chance we actually get to actually change a champion for one from our choosing, and as you guys see, she will be available from July 2026, so in about a couple of weeks. But yeah, let's get back to the champions you could be choosing from. From the tier 1 champions, there are definitely plenty of really important ones, like Titus, for instance, would be an absolutely top tier choice for most people, although we are hearing from Raid that they are thinking about reworking the way things like Chimera points are being calculated, so just getting yourself billions of damage thanks to Titus and Chimera might not be the smartest choice. Yes, it's a very easy way to get tons of damage in things like Hydra and Clan Boss especially, but for Titus to work, you really need to have a lot of other moving pieces, like a Wixwell. You need to have 2 other extenders or cooldown refreshers, so Titus is probably not going to be the first choice for many players who are less than 1 year in the game, that's for sure. But if you're over a year in the game, you probably already know which champion is going to be the most worth it for you, so yeah, Titus might be a good choice. But like I said, if they really do change the way Chimera gets calculated, Titus might actually lose a lot of stunks. I think the no-brainer champion for most people that are basically 1 year into the game or less would be Wixwell. Wixwell really is going to help you skyrocket your progress and things like Clan Boss. Like, hands down, that is going to be your first priority, so if Clan Boss is already not a 1 key or at least a 2 key for you reliably, Wixwell would be the easiest way to actually get that result for you, and it really doesn't take that much. Like for Clan Boss, all you need is a couple of more extenders or a cooldown refresher for Wixwell, and that is going to be good enough as long as you get the gear sorted out, which again is not going to be that hard. Just get yourself a good amount of defense so your champions don't lose shields, and if you have yourself 1 or 2 decent damage dealers, that should be more than enough to get yourself a 1 key thanks to Wixwell on full auto, all affinities. The thing about Wixwell is he's also going to be super amazing for things like Hydra and Chimera, but only if you already also have Titus, so yeah, they kind of do go hand in hand, but if you are going to have to choose one or the other first, Wixwell definitely takes the cake. Another really amazing champion you could be picking if let's say PvP is your go-to thing would be Fabian. He is another S-tier champion you could be choosing from, only if you care about PvP, however. In PvE, yes, he is going to be great in things like faction wars, especially hard, like getting your opponents only doing A1s against you ain't no joke, and CC he can provide is also pretty cool, but for the most part, he is not going to be the top-tier choice for PvE concentrated people. There's definitely plenty better than those, but yes, if if PvP is something you really care about, Fabian really is very amazing right now, so would be a great choice for you. But enough about that. Another absolute unit of a champion would be none other than Newt, and he is indeed the PvE god. You're not going to be using him for PvP, however, but for PvE, he is going to single-handedly solve things like Fire Knight for you. He's going to be top tier in Chimera, he's great in Clan Boss, Demon Lord, he could be great in Hydra as well, and honestly, any single target piece of content, Newt will be slapping with ease. He just deals so much damage, he has crowd control, he has some good buffs and debuffs into his kit as well, so Newt would be an absolute top tier champion to be choosing from as well. And the thing is, he is a great standalone champion, like you don't have to have other moving pieces like it is with Titus or with Wixwell. So yeah, Newt will be very essential for most people. Thing is, it's a champion you do see relatively often in things like champion chases and such, but still, he is a non-void legendary, so even with a 25x, Newt is something that you're gonna have to get very lucky to actually open, even during those events. But fact of the matter is, you could open him from an Ancient Shard, you could open from Sacreds, Primals, that kind of stuff, so odds of you getting him naturally, not that low, but still might take you years. Whereas if you just unlock him right now, it really is gonna open up so much extra content for you in the blink of an eye. Other than that, from the tier 1 champions, we could also talk about things like the dog. He is definitely pretty worth it, especially if you already have his partner and vice versa, but I don't know, like given all the other champions we have access to already, those would definitely be on the back burner for me. Same can be said for Lady Noelle, same can be said for Nick, for Tormund, like those are partner champions. If you have one partner, getting the other definitely does help a lot, but nowhere near as high impact as the other champions we already talked about, so definitely take it with a grain of salt. Oella would be a pretty good champion for people that already have things like Wixwell and Titus, because she is very amazing in teams like that for Hydra, for Chimera, helping you with that resistance and all of that, definitely ain't no joke. And going down lower, champions like Armans are pretty worth it, so like 4 does quite a lot of damage, but definitely not something you're gonna pick unless you literally have all of the other top picks already. Something I'm personally thinking about is going to be going for Pythian, just for the sake of empowering my Predator. That might be a pretty worthwhile thing to be doing. And the thing is, once you actually empower a champion and no longer have the original champion in your Fusion Champions pool, you could actually be using it over and over again, but for that to happen, you literally need to feed your only copy into the champion you're trying to empower, and for Predator, definitely sounds like that could be worthwhile. Going down lower and lower on the champions, most of them really don't matter that much, like don't forget, getting yourself fusion tokens not the easiest thing in the world, like you do indeed need to finish actual fusions for the sake of getting yourself a fusion, or you could be getting it from things like Titan events. We actually got one last time. I don't think we're getting one this time though, are we? Yeah, there is no fusion token this time in the Titan event, so keep that in mind. They're not gonna be a dime a dozen kind of deal, so it's always gonna involve you actually finishing the hard classical fusions for that to be happening. So you really need to make a very educated choice in order to not shoot yourself in the face. Do let me know in the comments what champion you guys are thinking about fusing. Personally, I think I will be going for Pythian, just because I already have literally every single champion of all of these except for Oella, which definitely is a champion I could consider, but I do already have Androx, so why would I? As for these champions here, I am missing Pythian, I am missing Bommel, Rhodos, Emic was a fusion I actually skipped for no good reason. I don't have Helicat, I don't believe, but I really don't care about him that much either. And as for the lower champions, I'm definitely missing quite a few just because I started playing like 3 years ago. But from the essential champions, I think I'm really just gonna be going for Pythians over and over again for the sake of getting myself a nice and empowered Predator, nice and quick. So yeah guys, do let me know in the comments which champion you're thinking about snagging up, and if you need advice, definitely drop a comment and I'll do my best to help you out. If you want to check me out live on stream, you can do so each Tuesday and Thursday, where I do free account takeovers for my viewers, so I would appreciate a like and a subscribe to the channel. And also, if you want to support me for free, you can start Raid the right way with my premium download link and get yourself 4 amazing champions in your first week, and also don't forget to use the promo code section. Thanks for watching guys, I'm Crystal5, and I'll see you in my next video or stream.